Hello there, Treasure Valley. Current temperature sitting into the 80s. Fairly warm from what we have been seeing. A lot of 70s in a row, but a nice spike in temperatures today. Unfortunately, the Valley Fire, we're keeping our eyes on it right now as it is burning pretty active. You can see all the smoke that's being produced by that right now. Probably going to be affecting air quality in the Treasure Valley area, and do expect smoke to be a part of the forecast going into this weekend because of this fire and its vicinity to the Treasure Valley. Make sure to stay tuned to IdahoNews6.com and Idaho News 6 at 5, 6, and 10. We'll have all the latest updates regarding this fire and its impacts here in the Treasure Valley. Taking a look at some of the impacts that we're seeing when it comes to weather patterns. We've got this low pressure system that's moving things into the area and actually condensing some of the heat right here. You can see that high pressure ridge that's to the south of us, and it's actually condensing that heat, bringing in those temperatures that are fairly warm into those mid 80s. Going into this weekend, though, we got a cold front that's going to be following, bringing in some cooler temperatures. As that makes its way across the northern part of the state, we're actually going to see some nice temperatures into the 60s majority of the day going into Saturday, and then a couple of 70s mixed in around 5 o'clock. Going to be really nice temperatures for the Boise State Bronco game. I'll have your temperatures on that coming up in just a few moments, but then we're going to be sticking into the 80s. Not too much of an impact. Things staying fairly warm for a majority of the time, but into next Friday, into Saturday, we're going to pay attention as cooler weather may be finally rolling in, bringing in some actual fall temperatures. We're going to watch out for this. Might actually see that cool down coming fairly soon. Going to be taking a look at what we're going to be seeing today, though. Currently sitting in a red flag warning for a majority of the area. The Treasure Valley, luckily not in that area. You can see right here is just about where the Valley Fire is at on Highway 21. It's just barely breaking into the red flag warning area, but you can see a majority of the gusty winds are going through the Owahis, going through the Magic Valley region as well, and up into the Cascades on top of that, in places like Cascade in the western central mountains. So luckily the Treasure Valley not falling in line with that red flag warning, because we do not need any more wind whatsoever because of the wildfire activity that's happening in our area. Taking a look at some of the temperatures, nice and toasty today. 86 in Boise, 84 down in Twin Falls, 80 in Ketchum. Going into tomorrow, a nice cool down and drop in temperatures, only going to be into the low 70s. 72 for Boise, 73 in Twin Falls, 67 up in Ketchum, 63 up in Missoula, Montana, 62 in Moscow. Temperatures fairly cool up towards the northern part of the border. Hopefully going to be seeing these temperatures more moving forward, but it has been a hotter than normal fall for us. You can see a majority of the Gem State in some of the warmest temperatures per usual. This is our 6 to 10 day outlook, and we are still sitting in that hot band, still waiting for the true fall to arrive, but it ain't arriving today. Might slightly arrive tomorrow, but we're still going to have some 80s just after that, so it ain't showing up just yet. 70s expected tomorrow across the board. Some of the warmest 75 in Vail, 74 down in Mountain Home. Nice and low 70s for a majority of the Treasure Valley, with clear skies expected, maybe partly smoky conditions because of the activity happening with the Valley Fire. 60s in McCall and Cascade, 70s everywhere else. Nice and warm up in Riggin, sitting at 77, mostly clear skies. Going to be a beautiful day in the western central mountains if you are planning on going this weekend. Eastern central mountains just the same, 60s in Stanley, 60s over in Sun Valley, 70s in Fairfield and Haley. Mostly clear skies, and temperatures are going to be lovely. Going to be slightly chilly for that Boise State Bronco game up against Utah State. 70 expected at kickoff, 68 around halftime. Your drive home going to be into the low 60s, dropping into the 50s overnight. Hopefully Boise State Broncos can keep on this hot streak that they have been on the blue. Temperatures, like I mentioned, going to be cooling down pretty quickly and dramatically compared to what we saw. 86 today. The high might potentially get a little bit warmer as we get closer to that 5 o'clock rush hour, but 72 on Saturday, 79 rising back up into the 80s, 81 3 days in the row, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Temperatures will start to drop just after that on Thursday. 74 expected next Friday, but you got a beautiful weekend ahead.